In this short video we'll be introducing you to how to generate power in your punches using both your legs and the waist. As you can see from the demonstrations here on the heavy bag, both students are showing the correct use of generating power from the floor up through the legs into the waist and into the arm and fist, which pushes the power into the bag. And you'll see that although the bag does sway slightly, the bag will tend to crease because power is being applied properly, which means the power is being generated into the bag and not pushing the bag. Now, using a heavy bag or heavier bag is a good way to help generate the power and get the body used to taking the shock of contacting. Because when you generate power and you put the punches in, or whatever strikes you're putting in, punches for us, you will generate enough power so that when your hand hits the bag, the shock will go through your hand, up your arm and into your body. And if you're not used to taking that kind of shock, it can be difficult to generate power after that. It also helps it increase the density of the knuckles, especially when you do it unarmed. I mean, sometimes you have to put gloves on because your knuckles become so sore. Many people do, especially students that have only been doing it a few years. But it's best to try and hit the bags with no gloves, wraps or anything on, just to harden the knuckles, which helps with your hand conditioning. What you'll also see during this demonstration are different ways of generating the power for different punches. But it doesn't matter what punch you throw, the power starts from the ground, into the feet, into the legs, into the waist, then into the arms, into the fist. That is the way power is generated. You can't just twist your waist and throw. You'll have enough power to hurt someone, but if you really want power, you must start from the floor up. You must have that slight push, and you must have that slight push, the waist and the body and the arms all working in unison to generate the kind of power you need to cause damage. Now, judgment of distance is very, very important, and always when you're using judgment of distance, you must always take into mind your third and fourth governors. The reason is, when you're judging distance and when you judge enough distance to go in, you must always leave yourself a way out. Never sacrifice yourself, because that's the way you end up dead as well as the other person, or hurt just as much as the other person. You must always leave yourself a way out if possible, and that is to do with situational awareness. And you'll also see the students, as they're moving around nice and slowly, they're moving from different angles and they're using different kinds of distances. You'll see punches and you'll see kicking, because kicking was allowed in the old pugilism. Now lastly, you'll see something that you don't see that often: mini pads. Now, the mini pads are used to train accuracy and speed. Accuracy is very important, because when you're hitting, you don't just want to throw punches, because you might be hitting the wrong places, bony areas, catching your arms on elbows, and set yourself up to be taken out. What you need is to be aiming for a target. With the power generation, the hand conditioning and accuracy, This will give you a really good grounding in fist work. And you need all three of these to be able to actually penetrate your opponent's defense and to hurt them. Turn to the side. Hooks. Uppercuts. Hammers. Straight punches. Hooks. Uppercuts. Straight punches. Rest.